Hello guys, and welcome to a game of League of Legends. We will be playing Ahri in the mid lane, of course. Ahri. We're going to start off with our Orb of Deception. Hold on a second. On our team we have Jungle Shaco, Support Thresh, Top Yorick, Mid Ahri of course, and ADC Jinx. On their team, they have Support Thresh, a mirror matchup kind of for supports. Jungle Tryndamere, mid lane Yasuo, top Wukong, and ADC Vayne. You see, that the fact that we're up against a mid lane Yasuo is just kind of bad news for us because we're Ahri. Every single one of our attacks happens to be a projectile. Even our ult, which is a dash, which will be useful pretty much now in only escaping if used as wind wall, because it's similar to the W in which it creates 3 foxfires and just shoots them at the nearest targets, preferably champions.
I know what they desire.
So we're gonna have a hard time unless we can bait out the wind wall with something else, and then
Minions have spawned.
okay. This Shaco's being a little weird. Because as far as I know, Shaco doesn't need a leash. But this Shaco wants one. He demands it, apparently. You see, Shaco with his boxes usually are able to tank the jungle pretty nicely. But it just might be, it might just be one of those kind of situations where because the new jungle has become harder to deal with for a lot of junglers, it's probably not as easy for him to go without a leash. Okay. You just want to pop Yasuo's shield when you can. No, that's a little bit of lag there. Sadly enough. You just want to also dodge out on his tornadoes. So as now, well, he doesn't have his wall. Okay, you just want to auto attack to poke. Oh no, he has his tornado too. Yeah, okay, now that he doesn't have his tornado, you almost want to pop. Okay. You didn't see me do it, but I actually did it. The one thing I really don't like about lag right now, it makes it just so much more harder to farm on mid laners who are already hard to farm on. Okay, and just a quick rundown why mid laners are harder to farm on are mostly just due to the fact that they don't have as much AD, basically, so the auto attacks have to be closer to death. Okay, you know, like just from the sounds of that, you can tell that they actually like did damage and hit. So we did some good poke off. Oh, and he still has his shield, meaning we didn't really get our attacks lessened by his shield. Now you have to like focus really well, especially when it's lag. Oh no. And that just missed. So we just wasted some of our pretty exhausted mana sources. And we're getting poked down pretty badly. So we just should look to pop his shield. Okay, it seems like Shaco isn't really, he's just kind of like poking, which I wish I knew before that we were just gonna go a little bit with a poke, cause that just makes it. I was thinking using up all my mana wasn't gonna be a big waste, which kind of okay. I think we ended up popping his shield. Okay. Right now we're not doing too bad farming after the Yasuo, but as an 80 champion he is, he's going to have a much easier time at farming than we do. So let's just hold aggro outside the turret, because if we let go inside the turret, it was going to get killed for sure. So sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit of damage on yourself for what's probably going to be better for you in the end. Now, let's see. Like, just dodging that tornado just takes away a lot of his usefulness early in lane, because he doesn't have a lot of high range poke. Now you just have to like let the turret get 2 attacks. Oh no, or not. Okay, we got that. So we're pretty much equal with him, which is good, because we're not CSing too well. I was hoping we could dodge that. Remember, if I were to attack him now, a lot of the damage would have been blocked by that shield. Okay, like as you saw there. Okay, so Yasuo is, to go against him is pretty much, you have to watch out for his wind wall, especially as someone like Ahri. You have to dodge the tornadoes. But pretty much, if you move like I am now, like in somewhat of an unpredictable pattern, it becomes much harder for him to like notice. Okay, so just walking out of range of that, he pretty much got away. But with Shaco constantly ganking, he's putting down a lot of pressure on my lane. So Yasuo is always like, has to be a little bit more passive almost, like watching his back. So let's just say TY to Shaco, because he's doing a great job at warding off him. And Shaco is also known, just a quick tidbit for you guys, he's really big on counter jungling. So what you want to do is almost like know how your opponent is going to travel. Like you see, like he's just putting wards out to know where the opponent jungler is, which is in general a good thing to do, because that will simply allow you to better your own ganks. Because if you can counter gank against him, just want to get out of his range. Shaco should be able to take care of him. Good job. And what was really nice what Shaco did there, I think he let my last tick of Ignite get it, so that the kill was mine. Oh, and if you saw that, Yasuo used his ult to knock me up. Okay. This is a good item to go back into lane with. It just gives you so much power, in my opinion, if you go back with an easily large watch. Because as you see, I just get a big boost in my AP. So now I can do a lot of damage to him if I can avoid getting it from his wind wall. And as you see, our bot lane is having a hard time, so it might be really like good on our part to go down there when we can. Speaking of which, I haven't seen that guy in a while. Okay, he has been participating in the kill, so luckily for us, it doesn't seem as if he just went down and harassed bot lane while we weren't paying attention. Okay, his ult is on a really low cooldown, so he probably has it back up. So I just, instead of waiting for him to get me, I was hoping I could do some serious damage to him, which in my part I didn't really do that great in doing that to detour him. Okay. Okay, now that's just really bad on my part. Missing that will give him opportunities to attack me. And now that he has his ult, I have to almost like stay back. Because I don't. If I have to, I might want to just bait him so that perhaps he ulties me underneath the tower just to do a lot of damage to himself. But as you see, I don't want to be caught out too far away from my turret with that, so just have to pay attention. Like now he has it, I might want to hang back a bit. And if I do have to get hit, it should be close to my turret. But for the most part, I should be able to avoid it. And like I said, he has a shield up, so I'm not going to try poking with a spell or anything. And now you see, like, I can farm with 1 Q, a good amount of damage with 1 Q. And you see, if they're fighting, Yasuo might join the fight. So you almost want to get, like, close, just in case Yasuo also joins. Okay. So, as you saw there.
Playtime's over.
Okay, you see, we don't want to, like, go too high into this fight, because, as you see, we're getting our butts kicked. Oh no, we might just die here if we get 2 damage down. Okay, it seems like we're safe.
How tempting.
Okay. Right now, it might seem best to go back, but our whole team's here, so we might not have to be so, like, careful, and we might want to just go back towards our lane and get a little bit of fun. Yasuo, I think he might be coming back to lane as well, and he didn't take as much damage from that little slugfest over there, so we might want to be really careful. Oh, Ahri's passive, like, you see how it's glowing green? It was a little too late, but you see, like, if this is going green, if you read it, my next spell will, every time it hits an enemy, it will heal. So I have to, like, almost, like, use it on a spell that hits multiple targets at once to get the most properties out. Like, if my Q goes through a wave of minions, I'll get healed for a ton. Or my W, since it hits 3 targets, it will do a good amount of healing. But using it on something like my, whatever, my E, which is only a single target thing, is not going to be the best use of healing. And right at this moment, I don't know if it will count on all my R's, but even if I use it on 1 R, it still does quite a bit of target damage on it. If you saw there, Shaco did a little bit of extra damage just because he has a backstabber ability, which means all his attacks from behind, well, not all of them, but his auto attacks and his shiv will do a lot of decent damage from behind. If done from behind the opponent, which is very good on Yasuo, because Yasuo actually can win wall his front, and that's why one of his best parts about going invisible, because the enemies don't see him coming. But right now, we should fly back off because bot is gone. You see, like, they're moving upward, meaning they were probably coming since Jinx is in there to get some a gank in. Like, because if you see, like, a good thing, one thing to remember about League of Legends is not only the jungler's gank. Remember, like I told you, he got me knocked up, and he probably had okay. Fight. Like, you see, she went for me, but she got hit by the turret, which kind of killed her. But dying in that situation was just overall very bad. Even though I did get something out of it, it just means our turret's, like, more defenseless than it was before. I mean, if they really want to. Oh, okay, Shaco can just throw a shiv and run away and kill a Thresh, which is pretty good. But it's also very dangerous, because if they decide to taunt, they could have done a lot to damage Shaco if he wasn't careful. Because Yasuo and Trinjima are very strong, especially with their auto attacks, because Yasuo's passive actually, like, he doubles whatever crit he gets from items. So if he gets 50% crit, which is very good on even just 50%, but then he gets 100, which would magnify his damage immensely.
I know what they desire.
So you almost, like, want to prevent that. Remember, like, before you get into the business of, like, I usually wouldn't use my spell to pop it, but if he's going to be too far away for me to pop it with my spell, okay. Looks like he doesn't have his ult at this moment, just because Thresh's Flay should have been enough to get. Yeah, okay. So sometimes, just if you're not going to do enough damage, you might want to just execute using. Okay, that should be dead. And it's good to share the wealth, because if you have all the gold on you and you die, you kind of just like make a big immense problem for your team, because they get a lot of gold off killing you if you get a lot of kills. But I died recently, so I don't have a big bounty on me right now. But if I share the wealth amongst my team, it just makes our team fight and our team as a whole much stronger. So it's kind of better to do that. And now that I'm getting the turret, like, I just kind of have to get out of there. Ho! Sorry guys if that was a little bit loud, but that was just kind of funny. You see, he was planning on probably ulting to escape death, just because with his ult he won't die from any attack that he's being attacked with at the moment. So most likely he was going to ult if he got in danger out, but that was probably just like so sudden to him that he didn't even like consider ulting that. So he would survive, and that was what killed him, which I just thought was kind of funny. Because a lot of the times you have to like expect everything in League, especially with people like Jinx who have global ultis. Whenever you're low, you almost have to like wonder, do they have their ult? Will they be able to get me from here? It's just like a big guessing game at a point. Because if they get you when you're not like guarded, like you think you're safe after winning a big battle, sometimes you're actually not. Oh no. Like right now he might actually still have his ult because he didn't die. Like you see, yeah, he has his ult. Let's see. Yeah, no one got hit by that. And, oh, one good thing about Wukong with a Yasuo comp, like, he actually, like, has a knockup, so it's good synergy. Like, if you can get a knockup on Wukong, with Wukong, and get then, like, okay, I got the Death Fire Graph. It means I have to remember to use it, which means I can, like, activate it on an enemy. It's kind of like the book. Like, you can activate an enemy and take stats from, on the book, at least, you can take, like, the speed from them. So it's a good dueling tool, but on this, like, you can just like boss people to death. Like if my I didn't use it, which was a sad point, because I actually thought I used it, but I might have pressed the wrong button, which to say the least is a little bit disappointing. And if they... Okay. You don't want to let them get to attack you. Oh, no. Jinx went after that, which can be good or bad, depending on, like, if everybody goes in. Okay, the best point right now, like, even if I get hit by this, like, he's not going to go in, so I wasn't too afraid, and I had the shield from the turret. Like, this shield actually gives you a shield just to, like, to make it harder to siege and poke people down off their turrets. Ha! He failed. But you kind of want to be lured in by that fact. Okay. He could still get away, which actually, in terms, is probably very likely at this point. Oh. Okay. One thing to look forward to now that I have the York ulti on me, like if I die at this point, which I can like stay alive a little bit longer than necessary, like or like that I would revive after dying, and actually like be able have a chance to deal extra damage, which I think was wasted on me because I couldn't really get back into that fight in a good position to use it, which sadly for me just kind of wasted his ult, which is on a semi-long cooldown. Like you see, like it might have been better used on himself. Like at this point, there was no like real good time to get in on that fight. like, even that, she got very close.
How tempting.
Which kind of like doomed her at that point. Because you can get almost like bait people with low health. Like, Vayne thought she could kill Thresh and get out alive, which, as you saw, she couldn't do at that point. And I was able to nick her with one of my spells after using the Deathfire Grasp, which deals damage and makes him really weak to my own magic damage, which is why it was able to kill her. Like, as you see now, even though I have a lot of magic damage, I don't think this would have been enough to kill her, because she didn't have very low health. You see, now they're like going towards dragging, and that's something that you really want to contest if you can.
Tell me a secret.
At that point, I don't think that was a real big... Okay, at this point, like you see, don't chase. Like, in my opinion, we shouldn't be chasing them at this point. Like, no, I guess they want to chase. I want to go actually get Dragon. I think that's a more valid investment of our time. But you see, we can tell Wukong's coming, so if we can ward him off, just like letting him know we know that he's there, is a very powerful tool. Okay, we might have been a little overzealous in that. Yeah, that was definitely overzealous. Like, cause they chased so far, they like totally would have allowed us. And they peeled off Dragon to fight, which was a very bad idea in my opinion, because we could have gotten it if Shaco stayed and helped. You see, York, if he dies while having that on him, well, he probably already died, it seems. But you see, like, his spirit, like, revived itself in order to seek vengeance, which is basically York is the Undertaker. He used to be work at a morgue, but after he died, and without having a child, he felt really depressed, like, because the end of his family name was coming, because if there was no one to take on the name in the business, there was no more business, and to him that was like really just destroying of his own like happiness, because his family meant like so much to him. Okay, Shaco went after, and it seems like okay, we've already invested a lot in that. Okay. Okay, so that was his clone. Like, Wukong's one of the things he can do is make his own clone. And Shaco, he has good wall jumps, so it's kind of hard to escape him or catch him. And Trinity, even though he had his own wall jump, it's very like not effective unless your opponent cannot jump walls themselves. And you see, like, Wukong, if you look there, saw that. Okay, so Jinx got the last of that. So now let's get the Scuttle. Okay. Right now, at this point. Oh no. No! Baited. Baited. I'm gonna say right now that I was baited. I got over, like... I wanted kills pretty bad. Okay, hopefully... yeah, Thresh couldn't do enough damage to do that. But maybe if Shaco came in, you could kill Vayne. But I almost, like just want to know if it's, like, worth it. Because he's probably gonna die. Yeah. Yeah. No, I was baited. Sorry, I think Wukong. I think Wukong misunderstood my message. He probably didn't know. He probably didn't think I meant that I was baited, and maybe that he was baited into that fight. But it ended worse for our team, so thinking that it was okay. Let's see. At this moment in time, right now, there's nothing real big and or plays we can make at this point. So, and we should get some wards down in our own jungle. Like, if you look at that, that was just a big display of my own power at that point. Let's see, can Shaco slow her? Okay, I kind of expected that. But let's not chase. At that point, it's probably better not to chase because you have no idea what you're getting into. Like, as you saw with that last thing, I thought it was just... Oh, no. Like, you see? That's what happens when you chase too far.
An ally has been slain.
Okay. Let's see if we can almost, like, catch them off guard here. Yeah, we didn't, so it'd probably be best to just get out. Yeah. Jinx was probably mad that we didn't go into that fight and chase with them. Okay. Yeah. Getting caught like that is not the best use of our times. And you see, that was even, like, decent at this point. Like, I'm gonna, like, put my life on the line just because we had that ability on us. But, okay. It probably isn't going to be worth it in the end. Okay. Oh, no, York didn't make it. You see, like, at this point, if we had an enemy Jinx, or Ashe, or anyone else with the global ulti, that might have been, like, a really terrifying experience for me. But now that I have Zhonya's, I can almost go in, make a mistake, and then fix it. Like, save myself. Okay, and when they're so close to your base, it might be best to get something like a home guard just to get out faster, because I don't have that much actual, like, speed in this game. The mobility comes from my ult, which allows me to jump around, dodging any other skill shots that might be headed my way. But it's useful. It's useless against shots that are just, like, straight on my own. That are targeted, I mean. Okay. Wukong, in my opinion, either was running away, which he might have been planning to just do to get out some big shots. Yeah. At this point, we might not be able to actually steal. Okay. Oh no. Like, in a position like this. Okay, so depending on which way he thinks he should go, he might actually, like, okay. At this point, Zhonya's might be the best option. Okay, you see, like, that was almost like a bait. Like, they thought they could kill me because I had low health, but because I Zhonya's, they, because I was Zhonya's, I became untargetable, meaning they could not damage me, which, for the main reason that they could not just damage me, meaning, even though I had low health, I was pretty much invincible in that moment in time. And I'm gonna go for a Void Staff, just to make sure I can pierce any armor they may be building. But you see, only like Thresh has a lot of armor at this point, so it may not seem useful now. Oh no, that's out. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Wukong is building some armor, and even though that's not really gonna help me too much, because I'm doing magic damage. But you have to be like careful, because Vayne, even though it's very short,
Playtime's over.
okay. 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 Okay, our team should be somewhat never mind. I was feeling like my team would be capable to clean up even if I died, and that was probably a bad fight to pick. You see, Tsunami has a certain amount of yeah, that might have been really bad fights. A really bad fight for me to pick. But as you see on my channel, I don't exactly make the best choices all the time. So as of right now, we should more or less focus on protecting our turrets, because that's probably the best thing we can do at this moment. Make sure that they don't die. Okay, yeah, they're probably gonna take down that one turret. But let's see if they continue pushing, they're probably not gonna be able to take the next turret, just because I'll be there to protect it. Okay. It's hard to get a grip on this because it's constantly just streaming harder and harder. So I'm just gonna say at this point, trying to get like a grasp on how you're supposed to do it. Do it like, I mean like farming under turret for that one, because that one is a little strange to say the least to farm under. Just simply for the fact that it constantly increases and there's no like break points between the damage it will deal. Okay. If you look at that even, I'm just gonna back off because there's no way they're gonna really need me for that, and there's no telling like what we're gonna be walking into, in my opinion. So it's probably best not to just run headstrong into things like that, and just get some farm, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna stay out a little bit longer, even though I have enough money to buy my yeah, I don't have enough money to buy my void staff, is what I meant to say. So for the most part, I probably should avoid but going back if I can. And see, yeah, this could be warded, but I have no idea. Oh no, it wasn't. So you see, like if I got him, he would probably been like totally by surprise. And as you see, like there was no damage really done there because okay, let's see if we can get Yasuo. Like you see, even though he got us right there, there was like not enough damage in the world that he could do to defeat us. Let's see if we can catch up with whoever was fleeing. Yeah, that didn't really, we couldn't really get him because he just probably has more general speed than we do. Okay, now that we have our Q, it probably should be best to find something very multiple enemies at least. As many enemies as we can to use it on. Like you see there? Yeah, that didn't hit anything. Meaning it didn't waste the charge. It just meant we didn't get any health either. Okay, at this point. Okay, like you see. I wasn't too afraid of dying. Okay. I would just back off at that point because we got, like I said, we got zealous. Sorry. I cannot speak English. I heard Marilla and Namicon was good to get 2 of them because just the base stats themselves that you can get over again is just easier to get. Like you see, over here, I challenge, like Thresh is in my way. Like the person I want to challenge is high priority targets like Wukong if I have to, but I want to go after Yasuo, Tryndamere, and Vayne as they are the squishiest and more priority targets. Like you see, like Vayne is like the biggest backer on their team, or like the biggest support on their team. Well, you probably get what I mean. They can probably like deal the most damage at this point, which is something we don't want done. Like, she has the most farm, she has the most damage. Like, you see over here, Baron is gone, meaning they have Baron. So there's probably 2 people that not just Yasuo. Like, right now at this point, I could have ambushed Thresh, but at this point it probably wouldn't have been like super worth it just by the fact that he was frontlining. Thresh was frontlining. Yeah, they had vision there, so they were able to jump over. So at this point in life, I might just okay, I got his flash, which not the best trade in the world, but still decent compared to what we could have gotten. Because we could have gotten like nothing. Now we just have to wait for our minions to come, and we could. Oh, okay. I guess he wants to tank it, which is fine because he has a decent amount of health. It seems like he's building armor. It looks like. So he's our like pretty much frontliner. He's the one who should be. He and Thresh should be the ones going into these fights and keeping away all the. I wonder. I have no idea at this point, but Tryndamere may or may not have used his ulti. I think he just might have flashed.
How tempting.
But if he like you see that? Could either been a bait or he was just checking out the area knowing he could get out with Thresh. But I'm gonna say we should leave. Because I saw them up there at mid lane, so they're probably making their way down in an attempt to pick us off. Which, getting picked off isn't always the fun thing to do. And York is a goner, so attempting to help him would only mean my own death. And right now, that's not something we can afford. Because if one of our good frontliners is down, and okay, yeah, they started pushing again, which is not always the best choice. I mean, because if they get caught, we lose all like our front line. I mean, Shaco is a good frontliner because he's not building any tank. I mean, he's not a frontliner. My bad. These guys are backline. Like Jinx is a backliner who relies on good attacks from far distances. Okay, I might have wasted a good chunk of cred on that. Oh, okay, apparently. Okay, yeah, that was a little bit of a waste, to say the least. Yeah, I'm just gonna probably just stay here for emotional support, but if I have to, I will back off. But it doesn't seem like I'll have to, but Yasuo here, let's see. Yeah, he's pretty hot. Good. So if we should not group up, in my opinion. Got some good poke off, and I busted his flash. But at this point, I'm gonna leave because their team is all up now, and that just. Oh no, they didn't leave. Yeah, they're probably done for. And there's not much we can do to stop that. I'm probably gonna get myself Okay, no, never mind. We're actually getting a strong, a really strong point in our game where we can make some good stands. Okay. Yeah, you see, Wukong can either be used for, in his moment of invisibility, he could have came and just jumped on me and destroyed me at that point, or he could have run away like he did, which, in my opinion, is better for us, because I would have personally, in my own opinion, have died back then. Okay. Yeah. At this point, that probably is more going to be worth it for us, because we took down 2 for only Jinx in that 2v2. But though that was a pretty much, in my opinion, an unnecessary risk. And Vayne is up, so hopefully we can actually catch her off guard. In my opinion, would probably be the best thing to do. Yeah, I don't know if that was lag or just me being pretty bad. I think it was the latter. I was probably just really bad on that. And like I said, this is another really long game, which probably means it's probably going to be really enjoyable to watch, because it's a very close game in my opinion. Like, we're pushing on each other and we're having trouble pushing on each other. Our Jinx is fed and our ADCs are pretty much really fed. Well, on the other hand, me and Wukong are actually, like, we actually have like a few players on our team who are fed, but it seems like right now we have the higher, or at least the more fed players at this moment in number, because we have Shaco and Jinx who are both have 21 kills, while none of them even reach over 10 on the other side of their team. Well, it's more spread out in my opinion actually, which is very good for them in a lot of ways, just because since it's spread out, not only all the one really strong member on our team, but there's a member on our team who, like, all the members on the team can actually like hold their own in a fight, except maybe Yasuo. I mean, even though he hasn't like gotten a lot of kills, he's still a very big threat. As like, even if I didn't get fed, if I can at least get eventually to these items I have right now, I could become a good front, a good. Yeah, I might have given away our cover, but you see, like, that's probably not the real Wukong. Yeah. Okay. If I get hooked, it could be really bad for me, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. Mostly just because, okay, I got hooked. Guess I got a little cocky there, but I didn't think they were gonna have the confidence to go back into that fight, which I don't think they are either way. So it was probably right. That was probably just Thresh just hooking me for the sake of hooking something. Like, that's probably a sign of him being a little bit okay. I guess we're gonna have your tank again, which I guess is my bad. Oh dang. Okay. At this moment in time, there's not a lot they can do to stop us. Yeah, it's kind of like a stalemate at this point, because we all have decently fed players, while at the same time, for the most part, we all have good disengage and engage, so we can, at this point, pretty much break or make a team just pretty much. And one team fight could win us or lose us this game, in my opinion. Well, it might be a little challenging to have one fight land this whole game in one thing, but there's a lot of things you can do with, if they ace us, there's a lot of, like, plays they can make. Okay, I was kind of expecting us. Okay, so we're just like wrecking them. Like, you see, like, that fight was badly played on their part, which allowed us a lot of good Okay, that was dangerous on my part mostly because these turrets are really long ranged. Like, we should be able to end this at this point right now. So, I'm guessing this is the end. Yep, this is definitely the end. So, good game to my whole team, for everyone who was involved, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Our first mid lane. So, GG, well played. Ah, dude, that's the rare double explosion they surrender on the right time. As we are destroying the Nexus, it explodes twice. Well, that's something very rare and hard to see nowadays, because I think they tried to fix it before. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace out. Hasta la vista. Ciao. Oh, my bad.